Chrissy G here. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are having a wonderful and blessed week thus far. I'm going to let you finish, but I got one question for you. Who do you think you are? Just exactly who do you think you are? I ask you this question because I'm finding that a lot of people, including myself in the past, are questioning their place in this world. They're questioning their purpose. They're questioning where God has put them. Whether it's you don't think you're qualified, whether it's you don't think you're good enough, or you allow someone else to tell you that you're not good enough and that you're not qualified. So I want to know, who do you think you are? If you don't think that you're good enough for where you are right now, if you don't think that you're adequate, if you don't think that you're capable, then who do you think you are? I'm reminded of a person in the Bible called Gideon. Now in the Bible, Gideon, God came to him and told him that he was chosen by God to help lead his people to victory, to freedom from their oppressors. And Gideon immediately, instead of saying, okay, God, if God is telling me this, obviously I'm going to be successful. No, he was like, are you sure, God? I'm like the least of my people. Matter of fact, my family is the least of my people, and I'm the least in my own family. So I am double not qualified for what it is you have for me. And I don't know if I can do it, God, and so he was filled with doubt and he was filled with fear, and he put God through the test. He was like, well, if you're serious, then I'm gonna put you through some tests to see if it's really you and you're saying what you're saying and it's true. So he put God through these tests, and God obliged him, as we know God's merciful gracefulness can do. But it took a lot. God had to show and prove for Gideon to believe that he would be successful. And that's God telling him that he was going to be successful. That's God telling him, I'm going to be with you. You're going to succeed. You're going to defeat the enemy, and you're going to be the hero of this story. And Gideon, even with God coming down and telling him that this is going to happen, still didn't believe. Who did he think he was? He thought that he was weak. He thought that he was lesser. He thought that he was inadequate. He thought that he wasn't enough. He wasn't strong enough, wasn't smart enough, and wasn't able to be a leader for his people and to do what God has called him to do. How many of us are in that same boat? How many of us are like Gideon? And when God has given us a vision, and God has shown us his promise to us, and God has shown us our future, and God has placed us in positions where on paper you may not qualify, but you're excelling in for some reason, and you have been in these positions and you still doubt God. You still doubt God's ability to grow you and to allow you to flourish and to allow you to prosper where you are. Who do you think you are? Who do you think you are? Do you really think that you're that small? Do you really think that you're that ill-prepared, that you're that unimportant, that God couldn't choose you to do some great, amazing, wonderful task? That you too can't be great? Then who do you think you are? If you're not great, who do you think you are? If you're not strong, who do you think you are? If you're not capable, who do you think you are? And I don't want to hear, oh, but I wasn't prepared, and I don't think that I'm qualified for what God is calling me to do, or I don't think I'm qualified for this position that I want. God doesn't always call the qualified, but he does qualify those whom he calls. So who do you think you are? If God is telling you that you're going to be great, if God is telling you, I will be with you so you can't fail, so don't fear, just trust me and follow the plan and trust the process, then who do you think you are? Who? I really want to know, who do you think you are? If you aren't great, if you aren't amazing, if you aren't intelligent, if you aren't strong, if you aren't wise, if you aren't talented and gifted, if you aren't anointed, if you aren't in a position where people above you are favoring you and people below you are looking up to you, then who do you think you are? All of these things are already in you. God has already said, don't be afraid. I will be with you wherever you go, and you will succeed in everything. And God's word never returns void. So if you don't believe God, if you don't believe who God says you are, if you don't believe what God is saying that you can accomplish, if you don't believe that when God says you are great, then you are great, then who do you think you are? I really want to know. I really want an answer to that question. Because I know that I'm going to trust God. And if God comes down and he tells me, Christy, you were built for this YouTube thing. Christy, you were built to encourage and inspire and love up on people. That is what I placed in you. You were built to be compassionate. You were built for exhortation. You were built to cover people and pray for people and just be people's cheerleader. Then who am I to say that I'm not those things? Who am I to question the mantle that God has placed on me to do this great work? Who do I think I am? I'll tell you, I think exactly who God says I am. That I am great, that I am capable, that I am enough, that I am more than adequate, and that I am equipped to do this great work because God has given me the tools, and he's given me the talent, and he's given me the persistence and endurance, and he's giving me everything that I need to be successful. So I am who God says I am. So who do you think you are? Think about it and let me know. I hope you have a blessed week. Bye.